Welcome to the PC Report. I'm Mark Warren, and I'm on location to bring you a disturbing story. Recently, two Christian high school football teams faced off for a state championship. These teams had a tradition of saying public prayer before their games and sent off a request to the officiating body for what they thought would be a routine request that when both teams met, they would be allowed to continue that tradition and offer a prayer over the stadium's loudspeakers. The reply to their request came as a surprise to them and an alarm to all who believe that we here in America have the right to exercise our religious beliefs freely. The details of this story are coming up on this edition of the PC Report. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm standing here in front of the Cambridge Christian School in Tampa, Florida. Throughout the 2015 high school football season, two Florida Christian high schools fought their way through the regular season to face each other in the state football championship for the Florida High School Athletic Association's 2A division. The game, scheduled for Friday, December 4th at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, would have the Lancers of Cambridge Christian School of Tampa facing off against University Christian of Gainesville. Since both teams had a tradition of prayer before their games, Cambridge Christian School made the request to offer a prayer over the loudspeaker prior to the game's kickoff. The Florida High School Athletic Association denied their request. The FHSAA stated that their prohibition of a pregame prayer was based on two reasons: that the facility where the game was to be played is a public facility, and since the facility was predominantly paid for with tax dollars, that made the facility off limits to prayer. Secondly, since the FHSAA is a state agency, they cannot legally permit or grant permission for such an activity. In short, while acknowledging that both schools were private and religious affiliated institutions, the Florida High School Athletic Association held that it would be unlawful for them to allow these two Christian high schools to pray together. The football players, coaches, and fans were devastated by their decision. One of the players said, "We were really excited to play in the championship game. It's been our tradition to pray ever since I've been on the team. But then they said that we couldn't pray and our tradition was ruined. It was so disappointing." While denied the ability to publicly offer a prayer over the stadium's loudspeakers, the team gathered on the field and recited the Lord's Prayer with the game before some spectators joined in. The Liberty Institute, a law firm specializing in religious liberty issues, now represents Cambridge Christian in this matter and has sent a letter to the FHSAA over its unlawful censorship of the school's protected religious speech at the championship game, requiring the FHSAA to issue a written apology to Cambridge Christian School for this gross violation, along with written assurances that in the future they will abide by the United States Constitution. If the FHSAA does not comply by February 25th, they will take the issue to federal court. As of yet, there hasn't been a response by the FHSAA. The deadline is quickly approaching, and we here at the PC Report will keep you informed of what happens next. That concludes this edition of the PC Report. For notifications to future reports and in-depth interviews from Positively Christian, why not click on the big subscribe button on the screen? Also, you can support the work of Positively Christian by becoming a financial partner so our work on providing information about issues of faith, religious liberty, and helping you and other believers make a difference within your own community can continue. Just click on the Donate Now button. We are dedicated to educate and empower the Christian community to live out their faith in the public square. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.